pretty, fairly short, maybe like 15, 20-minute interview as far as like, the questions. But I mean, as far as your answers, I mean, they can be extensive, so there's not really a time limit, so.
Okay.
All right, so are there any social media sites, SoundClouds, you would like people to follow you?
I have a SoundCloud account, but as I said earlier, I'm not very tech savvy. So I'm not even really sure how to upload music on there as of yet. But I do have a SoundCloud, and it's the same name as my Twitter name, which is Soulsinger Hicks, SoulSingerHicks. I think I might have one sample of a project that I was working on that is uploaded on there, but I didn't do it, so I don't know how to actually get more material on there. I'm working on that. However, concrete, like top-notch done material, I don't have yet. Part of the reason is I'm trying to network and find the local producers who can, work with my limited time and limited funds to actually come up with something that is presentable. And because I have not come up with something that I deem as presentable is the reason why I don't have anything out there really. But if anyone is interested in just hearing me sing at all, like just hearing my voice raw without any touch-up studio work, definitely check out my YouTube, which is also Soulsinger Hicks.
Okay, cool.
YouTube, yep.
Well, out of the years that I know you, I know your music influence, but as far as the world, do you care to tell like what music that you're interested in, what artists influenced you?
Okay, yeah. I have a wide variety of genres of music that I enjoy, but some of the artists that have been inspiring me from day one, obviously Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, Aaliyah, Chrisette Michele, Yuki Minagano is a newer one, the lead singer of Little Dragon. They're a Swedish band. Yep. There's also Hiatus Kaiyote. They're from Australia. I actually had the opportunity to meet both Hiatus Kaiyote and Little Dragon over the summer of this year.
Oh, sweet.
How can I forget? Of course, Foreign Exchange. I love Foreign Exchange. I love them. And Brother, Slum Village. Like there are so many. Like I love hip hop, like 90s. Old school hip hop, and the newer hip hop groups that have come out that kind of emulate that style and that sound. Artists that I don't know if I told you this. I got a chance to meet Erykah Badu. She came to Kalamazoo. You would not believe it. It was the most. I still get chills thinking of the fact that I got to meet her and hug her and actually ask her questions and talk to her. Her only stipulation was you couldn't take pictures and you couldn't get an autograph because she literally had people come after the show back to the back room and just wanted to get to know the people that were there. So she asked us all questions, asked us our names, where we're from, what we like to do, and then gave us the opportunity to ask her any questions that we wanted. And yeah, the only person that I have not met that I really want to meet is Jill Scott. But I've met, are you familiar with the internet?
The internet. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got to meet the internet. I got to meet Nicolay, the Foreign Exchange. Got to meet Zoe. I've been pretty fortunate to meet most of the artists that I've ever been inspired by. Janelle Monáe, I got a chance to meet her.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, back before she blew up though. This was when she came to Michigan State and she had a free concert at Michigan State University.
Oh wow.
Esperanza Spalding. She came to Kalamazoo before she got big.
Oh wow.
I got a chance to meet her. So I have been very blessed with being able to not only be in the same room and hear them perform, but to see them after the performance. All the artists that I've ever admired and looked up to.
Oh wow, that's pretty awesome to hear. Because I mean, I know you like during the MySpace days, I was like, oh, hopefully you're able to meet your music idols, and I'm definitely happy to hear that you got the chance to meet them all and definitely have that one-on-one and ask questions to them, get to know them more as well.
Oh yeah, I got to ask Erykah Badu not a lot of questions, but important questions. I got to ask her if she ever experiences stage fright. I got to ask her perception or her philosophy of what stage fright is, and any advice for anyone who has stage fright. And I got to ask her what her favorite food was. So, all good questions.
What was it?
Important questions to me.
Oh,
what's her favorite food?
My homie wanted to know what's her favorite food?
Her favorite food is soup. Which is so random because you don't hear that often. But she says she loves soup. She is a vegan, so she says she loves tomato soup, real brothy, flavorful soups that kind of give off the essence of whatever vegetable or fruit. Because she says she's even had soups with fruit. So she loves food. That's her favorite thing.
That's what's up.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. A soup with fruit? That's pretty interesting. I mean,
it warms her. That makes sense.
Now we know what to serve when we invite her to our parties.
I might have to try that. But kind of going along with the subject, have you ever had stage fright yourself, or was it kind of just a smooth run, it just never?
Okay, so back to the whole stage fright thing. My perception of stage fright has changed a bit. It used to be that, to me, stage fright once meant that I was feeling some sort of negative anxiety about performing. But Erykah kind of inspired me to look at it differently. When I asked her about stage fright, she told me that it was really just the excitement and just your body responding to doing what it loves to do naturally, which is singing. And she said that it was oh God, I'm starting to draw a blank. She said that it wasn't really stage fright to her. It was more getting you amped up. If you didn't have stage fright, I'm sorry.
It's cool.
She said if you didn't experience stage fright, then something was wrong. Because what it is your body giving off those endorphins, that energy of excitement and joy. That's just how the body responds when it's getting ready to do what it wants to do. And I looked at it like that, and that's how I look at it now. And as a matter of fact, yesterday I went to open mic. I go to a place called The Mix every Tuesday here in Kalamazoo, and it's open mic. You can do poetry, you can do comedy, you can do music, whether it's rap, singing, or playing an instrument. And yesterday I went up and sang, and it was my first time doing open mic in a long time, just because I've been really busy with work and school. So when I got to go up there, I did a freestyle, and it was so awesome. Just being able to feel the energy of the people and them responding to me, and just being able to have the experience of being on stage again. It felt really good. And the stage fright that I feel, it's not like the typical butterflies in your stomach. It actually feels like heartburn for me. It's like heartburn, but it's in my stomach. It's not in my chest, it's in my stomach. And then my hands start to shake a little bit, and they get a little sweaty. But after I get off the stage, when I'm on the stage, I don't really feel it. It's more so an after thing, an after effect. So once I'm done singing, my hands start to shake, and I feel that sensation in my stomach.
So
yeah.
Cool. Almost like you're just experiencing the adrenaline rush, but in a late response per se.
Adrenaline, yes, that's the word I was trying to think of earlier. Yep, adrenaline.
Cool. Going to that subject, of course, you're also a poet. Have you been doing that the same time as well as like singing around the same time, or did you start writing poetry a little bit later on?
Later on, singing. I've been singing literally since which was about the age of 3. I've always been singing. Whether it was nursery rhymes or just little songs I learned as a kid, I've always been singing. Poetry, honestly, poetry didn't come along until I was introduced to the opposite sex. Like being exposed to the whole, oh, that boy right there, I like him, or he makes me feel some kind of way. I didn't start writing poetry, honestly, until I was in 7th grade. And I know that might be early to some people, but that was late for me because I haven't been doing poetry as long as I've been singing. So I've been writing poetry since I was in middle school.
Oh, wow. I'd say that's, well, for me, like, I didn't start writing poetry until I was like 23. So, I mean, you definitely got way, way early. And I feel that you got, like, you know, definitely the right stage in as far as, like, writing.
Yeah, but it's weird though, because a lot of my poetry back then, I had a limited vocabulary compared to what I have now, and also a limited amount of exposure and experience versus then compared to now. But when I look back at the poetry that I wrote when I was in middle school, I kind of laugh because even though it made sense and they were very valid stories, I was too caught up in trying to rhyme. And as I've gotten older, you know, I try to stay away from that because it's kind of cliche, and I don't ever want to draw away from the topic, and I'm not trying to just make it all fit perfectly in a box to rhyme, you know. But yeah, I love poetry. I need to get back into it. I've been rusty with it. I don't perform my poetry. It's very personal. I usually keep most of my poetry in a journal now. The poetry that is on Facebook is old poems, and I keep them there as a reminder, but anything that's current, no one knows about because I keep it in a journal.
Why doesn't she want to?
Gotcha.
Why doesn't she want to?
So it's almost pretty like a preference, like, you know, this is for my eyes to see kind of deal with as far as like your poetry.
Well, I don't deem it as for my eyes only. I deem it as until I'm prepared to share.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like a vote. Like when I'm comfortable sharing it, I will, or I save it and then I come back to it and I try to reflect on how I was feeling at that time, and if I want to revise it or tweak it in any kind of way, then I have that opportunity before actually exposing it. Because once I expose a poem, there's no revising it. There's no trying to change the message or the meaning behind the poem. It is what it is, and it's out there. So my poetry, I try to, because you can't remix a poem. I mean, you can remix a song. If I do a song and I want to show it now, but then I want to change it, then I can say, okay, that was song 1, part 1. Here's part 2 of the same song, the remix, you know. But poetry is a little more sentimental. It's a little more personal. So, yeah, I'm a little more reserved with my poetry than I am my music.
I got you. I definitely understand that. When it comes to poetry writing and songwriting, like, what's your thought process when creating your songs and poetry?
Usually, my thought process is a little scatterbrained, a little abstract. I try to just completely shut down any thoughts, like just judgmental thoughts. I want it to be authentically whatever it is that is inspiring me to even want to write at that time. I try to shut off all distractions, and I will literally turn off my phone. I'll turn on some music if the mood strikes, because it really depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes a poem will come out like vomit, and I know that sounds a little weird, but like sometimes it'll just come out and I won't even try to put it out in a very delicate manner to make sure it's precise. Sometimes my poetry just comes out like this is the raw emotion, this is how I feel right now in this moment. I don't care if it sounds stupid. I don't care if it makes sense. I might be using a word in the wrong context, but if that's what I'm feeling in that moment, and if it's coming out at such a rapid pace, I just let it be as it is. But yeah, I usually try to shut out all distractions and really focus on what it is I'm feeling at the time, what it is I'm thinking at the time, or try to focus on what it is specifically that even inspired me to have the idea to write the poem in the first place.
Oh, sweet. My next question is, what is your current view on hip hop music, and do you agree with the direction it's going currently?
Well, I guess that depends on your idea of what is hip hop. I feel that hip hop has gone through a transitional phase, but I don't feel that hip hop has ever died. It's just that it's not as mainstream as rap, because there is a difference between rap and hip hop. And the direction that it's going in, to be completely honest with you, like I feel that it's going in whatever direction you want it to go in, because it all depends on who you listen to. I feel like a lot of the real hip hop artists that are out here now, people don't really know about. And if they know about them, you can see that they're not getting the recognition that they deserve. J. Cole, for example.
Right.
How many Grammys has he won?
Phew. Like almost none. And I know he was like the first artist to go platinum without any other artist being featured in his album.
Exactly. And the artists who are making moves in terms of not only being they're not only being artists, but they're also activists. Those artists, you don't hear about them too often, because they're not out there to, try to be like Lil Wayne or, anybody else that's mainstream. They actually have a message, and those artists you're not going to hear about as much because the labels don't put them on that same pedestal that they put rap artists on. But yeah, I think hip hop is making a slow but strong transition, especially with what's going on in society right now. Like Kendrick Lamar, the song that he did. Oh God, why am I drawing a blank? What is the song? We Gonna Be Alright?
Oh yeah, and it's an awesome video too.
They're out there. It's making a statement. So hip hop is still here. It's never died. It's just not getting the attention that it deserves.
Right. And I definitely do agree with your earlier statement where it's like hip hop and rap, they're two different genres in a sense, but they're still within the same roots, the same trees, but totally different ideologies.
Yeah, and Tribe Called Quest is coming back.
And definitely their anniversary album, I was like, ooh.
I know. I can't wait to hear it.
And like I'm kind of like torn. It's like, I wish I had the extra money just to buy that anniversary album.
Have you heard of Logic?
Logic. I'm gonna say no. Our founder of Untapped Hip Hop, David Williams, said he's heard of Logic.
I'm gonna send you some songs. I don't know him very well, but I'm still new to his music, and what I've heard so far I love. And he is a prime example that even in the new generation, hip-hop is still very relevant, because he doesn't even sound like he's from this current generation.
Oh wow. Yeah.
He's just,
like just recently came out this year, or like he's been around for like a couple years?
hey Bryce, how long has Logic been out? Well, I want to say he came out this year. Or maybe. Oh, he's underground. I'm sorry. He is. I want to say within the last 5 years at least.
Okay. Yeah, definitely shoot me as trash because I mean you always know me. I mean I always down to hear like the new music and know what's good.
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh yeah.
Going into the subject like we spoke about like Kendrick Lamar earlier. Do you also feel that there are some artists that are also trying to make that change in terms of like message, lyrics and deviating away from the typical formula of like sex, money, and violence and drugs, where it's being over glamorized in a sense.
Oh, it's been over glamorized. I mean, now are you asking, are there artists who are trying to change the image that when they first came out and they were promoting that, and now they're trying to be a little more authentic?
More like trying to stay away from that typical formula like when they first started and just still try to stay around that line, so it's like as far as like storytelling with like their music and lyrics.
Oh yeah, I mean J. Cole for one. I mean he's a great storyteller. Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I feel like he kind of flip flops. Drake is like halfway in, halfway out. Like
Just like his race.
I feel like he's walking the border.
Wow.
But I do feel like there are artists who try to keep it real and not be about that superficial life. But like I said, they don't get that recognition. And to be completely honest, I love hip hop. I listen to hip hop, but I don't keep up with it as frequently as I do neo soul or jazz and R&B. So, with that being said, I probably wouldn't be a credible source to ask about any specific hip hop artists that I know who are specifically trying to stay away from that image. I can only tell you based on the only hip hop artists that I occasionally listen to, but I don't own any of their albums. I don't own any J. Cole. I don't own any Kendrick Lamar. Actually, no, I take that back. I have Kendrick Lamar's album downloaded on my old cell phone, but like I don't have any hard copy CDs of theirs, so I can't be 100% with you in terms of who do I think is staying true 100%, because I haven't heard all their music. I've only heard the main singles.
Like as far as like what videos have been released in terms of like YouTube and the other channel media outlets. I got you. You should definitely check out Kendrick Lamar's like To Pimp a Butterfly. In my honest opinion, I think it's way better than Good Kid, Mad City. Even though it's like a classic album in a sense, like as far as like content and what he has to talk about, it's way more stronger. It's almost like he had like not necessarily more creative freedom, but like he kind of made a mission like, okay, this is what I want to talk about in this album, so let's do it what I wasn't able to do in my my last album.
Okay. Yeah, my brother actually has the album, so I'll probably check it out real soon.
Cool. Next question is like, how do you feel about women being portrayed in music and today's women musician? Do you feel there are not enough, I guess, quote unquote, Jill Scotts and Badus? And is there too much oversaturations of Beyonce and Nicki Minaj?
I think it goes without saying that there's an oversaturation of Nicki Minaj and Beyonce or Rihanna. I mean, and don't get me wrong, a lot of their stuff is catchy, but because it does not sound like anything that I can truly relate to, I'm not going to be trying to buy tickets to their concerts. I'm not going to be trying to go buy their latest albums. Like, I don't own not one Beyonce album. I don't own not one Nicki Minaj album. I don't even like Nicki Minaj. Don't like her. Now, I heard her music back when she was dropping mixtapes before she got the plastic surgery. I respect that Nicki. I like that Nicki. I feel like she was still trying to bite off Lil' Kim a little bit. I still feel that she was over-sexualizing herself. And I do feel that there is not enough Jill Scott and Erykah Badu type artists that are exposed. I feel like there's probably more of those type of women than the Beyoncés and the Nicki Minaj's. They're just underground. I feel like they're just not getting the attention that they deserve because it's not selling the sex that the industry is looking for.
Yeah, I definitely agree because it was like, it's getting like literally crazy where it's like almost disgusting in a sense where it's like, it's literally doing too much. Like obviously like you're selling, you know, sex sells, whereas like, dang.
And even beyond that, when you think about the messages in Jill Scott's music and Erykah Badu's music, they have a certain level of intelligence, integrity, and consciousness that the industry does not really want to promote. I mean, think about it. The song "Clever" by Erykah Badu. What is she talking about in that song? She's talking about her intelligence. She even calls out her faults, but then says, "Yeah, this ain't right. This ain't good. But at least this, you know, I was raised right." You know, like they come from a humble place in terms of their storytelling. Jill Scott, she's got a song, what is it called? We Need You, or I Need You, where she's talking about, yeah, I can make my own money, I can buy my own clothes, I can feed myself, and I can even bear children, but I need you to help me raise them. Like, she's talking about the family structure and the importance of the father figure in the household. She even has a song called How Would You Feel? And in that song she's talking about, you know, how would you feel if I wasn't here? Like, no more black women on this planet at all. Like, you wouldn't have your mothers, your sisters, your grandmothers, your aunties, you know. And she's talking about how we can not be who we are without each other as black people. And the industry is not going to promote music like that. They're not, because they don't. They're in it for money. They're in it for how much they can profit. And honestly, I feel like they want to brainwash people. Yeah. You're not going to get brainwashing music from Erykah Badu and Jill Scott.
Exactly. Or like, you know, like even with like Public Enemy, like when they were hot back then, like a lot of even from like a time like the higher ups were like thinking about banning hip hop because the way how much it was impacting people and like groups like Public Enemy and, you know, everybody. As far as like the hip hop artists back then and other music artists were like influencing people and trying to educate them, they were like literally afraid until gangster rap kind of came along, and that's when they kind of saw like, let's use this so we can use this to our own needs as far as like, you know, money and. So I guess we're about to wrap this interview up, but before that, is there any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Well, you mean anybody? Anybody at all?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like it sounds a little corny though, because I don't know if they will ever hear my shout out, but I still want to shout them out. Definitely the internet. Their concert was so amazing. I want to say that they're based in California. I don't know where in California, but I got to meet the lead singer, Sid. And the reason why I want to shout her out is because I follow her on Twitter. And she is one of the most humble, down to earth. Like, I just get that vibe from her. And she even had a tweet once saying, "Wow, it's crazy that in my early 20s I can say that singing is my profession. I never even thought I would be a singer. I never dreamt of being a singer. You know, I just like to write, and now I'm a singer." So like, I totally want to shout her out because she inspires me as an artist. Not only does she not look the way that she sounds, she's got this sweet and I definitely want to shout out all of my friends and family and loved ones that, they're always in my corner and encouraging me to continue to pursue music even when I'm a little skeptical of my abilities in music. And just anyone that has a dream and wants to do something musically or artistically, I shout all artists out. Even if I don't know them on a personal level, like I shout them out because not everybody is in it for profit. Not everybody is in it for money. They just want to share the art and inspire people through the art. And I shout those people out.
Cool. Well, it pretty much concludes our interview. On behalf of Untapped Hip Hop, just thank you for your time and thank you for...
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Peace out.
Peace.
All right.